What's up guys, King here bringing you a review on the latest One Piece chapter 849. Wow, what a overcomplicated chapter this was. No, it was pretty basic. It pretty much went through the motions. Before I start, obviously, I just want to point out that it was confirmed by an interview or by one of the editors that the Layer Cake Island arc is 50% done. We're halfway through this arc already, which means that we've been through what, 23 to 26 chapters now. If you count this 27 or 24, I get confused at what point this arc started, but yeah, I think that's how many chapters we're in, which means that we have about 23 to 26 chapters left before this arc wraps up, and then after that we're going to Wano Kingdom, guys. We're going to Wano Kingdom and we're gonna fight Kaido, man. So yeah, yeah, it kind of makes sense that this arc would end, because the way it's been speeding along, actually, the last few chapters, it kind of makes sense because there's a lot of information stuff being revealed to us. The action is moving very quickly. We're not getting the usual slow-ass battles. Like, it's very fast-paced compared to previous arcs. And a lot of people are theorizing that maybe this is because Shonen Jump is rushing in that. No, I think it's more to do with the fact that Dressrosa was one of the longest arcs we ever got, and Oda himself said that he would never ever do another arc that long again. And I think it's because of that, like, and Wano Kingdom as well, because a lot of people are hyped for Wano. Wano is where it's at. Wano is what we really want to see. And yeah, I think it's just Oda's way of just speeding through Layer Cake Island, because to be honest, this arc is good, but I don't think the majority of us fans want to, you know, hang around as long as we want with this arc. So I think Oda's smart and he realizes that, so he's doing his best to blitz through it as quickly as he can, because this is not the arc that we want to chill with. Like, we just really in the end of the day, we just wanted to find out Sanji's backstory, and we've pretty much gotten that. So maybe there's a bit more to reveal, but other than that, it's really about the conclusion now. So yeah, that's really it. I do think next week's chapter is going to be the last one, and we're going to end this year with 850, and then next year we'll start with 851. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how this all comes together and ends. But yeah, this chapter, man, this week. So yeah, this chapter, I'm just going to talk about how it ended, actually, because very unexpected. The chapter actually starts with the wind smokes, and you know, they're talking about you know, where Sanji and Pudding are going to live, and Judge says that they're going to be living with Germa, obviously, and they're going to be taking a hostage. And I think one of the brothers mentions about how, what if Big Mama, what if the pirates think the same and they take Sanji hostage, and Judge saying that's not going to be the case, that's not going to happen, and whatever. So it's I'm very curious why they're saying hostage. I mean, are they going to plan to do something? Which I got a theory on. I think something is going to happen at this wedding. They also mentioned where Raiju is, and we don't see her at all until the end of the chapter, when we see her on, you know, in the streets, I think in the middle of the night, walking, and she's bleeding. So something obviously serious happened to her. Someone's attacked her. We don't know who, we don't know why, but yeah, it's insane. During the middle of all of this, we cut to Chopper and Carrot, and we find out that Carrot hasn't even been captured. She's up in the attic and hiding and doing her little screaming voices, while the fake Carrot, who was a frog transformed into her, is being lowered into the pot. And you know, yeah, that's revealed. They all find out that's the fake one. Carrot attacks. She does her attack to distract them. Chopper ends up transforming into his little form to escape the restraints, and then he ends up turning to his monster form, and him and Carrot, they just end up owning everyone. Remember I told you it's going to be them two that are going to save the day somewhat? Well, look at that, I was right. All of you in denial, thinking that Chopper and Carrot wouldn't do shit, you were wrong and I was right. I mean, wow, it was a really funny moment, because Chopper, you know, Chopper turns to his monster form, and he spills the pot all over them all into Bruella. I think this might be a reference to the Wicked Witch of the West, because I think she might be melting in that. I'm not too sure. Well, obviously it's a hot pot, so she's probably burning alive with everyone else, with Randolph, the giant ass crocodile, and this other dude called Denzel, who tries to run away, but Carrot ends up catching him and owning him. But yeah, she uses her electric powers to electrify the water, the stew, whatever, which is liquid, obviously, and the majority of the enemies are covered in that, so they end up getting electrocuted and getting knocked the hell out. Diesel tries to escape, and she ends up catching him and beating his ass. The crocodile gets knocked out, ends up being used as a battering ram on the other enemies that survived by Chopper. So yeah, it all came together in a nice little poetic way here. So yeah, it all worked out in the end, and now Chopper and Carrot have complete access to the mirror world, and they can go around the island, you know, at their own pace and leisure. So yeah, everything seems to be going right on their side. We then cut to Brook, and he's in the treasure room, like trying to do his shit, like trying to get the monographs, obviously, and he takes care of one of the soldiers inside there that's guarding it. And then we cut to what's her name, Commander Smoothie, waiting by the doors, and Big Mom ends up showing up, and the doors open, and Brook and Big Mom come face to face, and Big Mom is just like, she's not even angry, man. I mean, she sounded pissed at first, but now when she sees Brook, she's like, oh, this is interesting. So it's like, yeah, you know she's gonna try and capture Brook now. But yeah, it seems we're getting our Soul King versus Soul Queen battle next week possibly. So yeah, that's fun to see. We also cut to Pedro, who's used as a distraction. He ends up confronting Don Tomango, I think. These names are so complicated for me, man. It's one of those cases where I need to reread these arcs and chapters again so I can get everyone's names down right. But yeah, Pedro gets confronted by them, and it's revealed that he was there 5 years ago. As we all know, he was the captain of a pirate group of his own, and we find out that one of his eyes is pretty much gone because Big Mom attacked him back then and injured him. But it also caused 50 years of his lifespan to be removed. So yeah, Pedro is dying as well. He's at his limit, I think. And yeah, Pedro even says that he came here, he knew coming back would mean his death. So yeah, poor Pedro, right? So it looks like he's getting his battle ready with Tomango. And yeah, that's sort of where this chapter kind of ends with everyone. Sanji, meanwhile, is going to be cooking for Pudding, by the way. We don't find out what happened to Pudding. She's just disappeared, so we don't know where the hell she is. But Sanji is, you know, he wants to cook something for her because she didn't turn up to lunch on the day. So you know, he's a bit upset about that. But yeah, decent chapter in terms of setting up the fights we're going to get, I think. But I do kind of think that the next week's chapter is gonna end with everyone getting their asses kicked, possibly because we need to move on with the wedding. But yeah, in theory, I think it's fairy time to kind of predict what's gonna happen here, guys. A lot of people are speculating that Luffy is not going to fight Big Mom. I think that's complete utter bollocks. I do think we're going to get a fight, because here's the thing. Luffy cannot just go to Wano and fight Kaido without having fought a Yonko first, and Big Mom really is sort of the practice run to Kaido. But you also have to consider the fact that Big Mom is not going to get defeated. Here's the thing, Big Mom is not going to get defeated. Luffy, if he fights Big Mom, he is obviously going to lose. And to be quite honest, he should lose, because he's in the New World now. And the thing you need to know about the New World is he can't do everything by himself. And this is one of the cases where I predict that when we get to the Yonko fights, at least with Kaido, it's not going to be Luffy versus Kaido. It's going to be Luffy and most of the Supernova, including Kid and Law, taking on Kaido. So it's not just going to be him. It's not going to be a one-sided fight like Doflamingo was. I mean, consider that. Doflamingo was the last original Shinjubaku that was built up over the majority of the story, and when we finally got to him, he was a hard case to take out, and Luffy had help from a lot of characters in order to beat him. And the only reason he won in the end is because of the help of other people. So, you know, this is the kind of the same case here. Luffy cannot just beat a Yonko by himself. He's going to have the help. He's going to need the help. And when you think about the characters that are with him on this journey right now, it kind of makes sense that they're going to team up and help Luffy up. I mean, you've got Brook, who can counter attack Big Mom's soul ability with his own. You've got Nami, who can control the freaking weather. I mean, when she gets that Viva card back, if she does, she'll be able to control Prometheus and Zeus and shit. So, you know, there's that. Like, you have to think about that, obviously. But yeah, I do think if Luffy fights Big Mom, he will lose. But how is this arc going to be wrapped up overall? Here's the thing. The German guys here, the German 66, you know, judge, they're talking about hostage taking and shit. So I've got a theory here that maybe they're going to turn against Big Mom. Something's going to happen at the wedding, right? And that treasure chest is probably going to be the start of it. That treasure chest is probably going to explode. It's going to enrage and piss off Big Mom, and that's going to cause a distraction. And, you know, Luffy is definitely going to fight her, and he's going to get his ass kicked. But then it's going to be Germa and maybe Capone, because we know Capone is planning something as well. So I've got a funny feeling that maybe Capone and Germa are going to team up, and they're going to try and take Big Mama out. And they're going to do something that, you know, that's going to be very outrageous and dangerous, probably involving all the clones. And in the end of this arc, it's going to be Luffy who's going to end up saving Big Mom's life. And in doing so, Big Mom is going to owe Luffy a favor, and she's probably going to let him go and take Sanji back, or best possible case, she will end up joining his pirate crew. Now, she'll still be a Yonko, she'll still have a level, a powerful position and respect, but it'll be more along the lines of, you saved my life, well, I owe you a favor now, and I'm going to help you. And because Luffy's also friends with the Giants, because we know that, it's probably, you know, she's going to see that as a positive element for her to be with Luffy, because he's friends with a lot of different variety of people, so that might be beneficial to her as well. So I do think that's where the story might go, because I don't think Luffy's gonna, you know, win. He's gonna fight it, definitely. I mean, you cannot not have Luffy fight a Yonko. He's gonna have to fight a Yonko to at least get the experience before he takes on Kaido. But I do think this arc may very well end with a Kubida between Germa and Capone against Big Mom, and it's gonna be Luffy that's gonna save Big Mom, and everything's gonna work out in the end. Because yeah, Raiju, man, it all comes back to Raiju. I mean, what the hell happened to her? It looked like we don't know, it looked like she got caught or shot, and if she was shot, I'm guessing Capone may have something to do with it, because I can't think of anyone else that would attack her. It can't be her own family, so it had to be someone else. So I'm going with Capone. He's planning something, and it's probably related to whatever the Germa are planning, and Raiju probably found out, and you know, he was trying to shut her up. So yeah, maybe that's the case. Maybe it's not. Maybe there is no team up between them, and it's going to be like a freeway battle. We don't know, but we'll see, man. Because I don't think the way people are theorizing that certain things are going to happen are going to happen. I think it's going to be a bit more like this and that. But we'll see, man. We'll see. Anyway, guys, as always, if you like this, like and subscribe, whatever, and I shall see you when I shall see you. Take care and bye.